is just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdates 210906.1. The Ginger Swarm went through that minefield like it was kibble, and are now matching our speed and course, so I've decided to escalate this by deploying some red solar grenades with a 2-day detonation, which is how long they are away from us. They're gonna need factor 5 billion to survive that. Wahahaha. Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna try another video with another apparent Karen. But before that, there is a new politics video on the Moist Ski Live channel. I'm streaming on Twitch tonight some fishing. Is there anything else to promote? If there is, it will be in a pinned comment down below with the sources for this video. So today we're going to discuss more Karenage. I'm not sure if this is going to become a series or not. I will admit I do like the idea of critiquing these so-called Karens, and the behaviour that is so Karen-like that many people think they're a Karen when they may well not be a Karen. I fully appreciate how using the word Karen so many times may well confuse you, and that is why I want to do this one, because last week we did one on the bread diddler, and today we have the coffee shop screamer, maybe. I mean, it's a short moment, but I'll explain the context first, play the clip, and then we'll delve into it a little so as to best understand what it is we're trying to get out of this. And that is the important question you all need to answer. Is this a Karen or not? So for today's sighting of Karen, we go to TikTok and a busy barista who got pwned by a Karen. Now the barista in question was doing her job. The shop had just shut, which means she was busy doing what you're supposed to do, and that is cleaning everything in preparation for the next day, because you don't want to turn up to work an hour or two early to do the job that could have been done a night before, meaning you can just rock up to work and get to work. Cleaning isn't what one wants to do at the start of the day unless your job is cleaning. Hi, I do that. Now before I play the clip, I want to acknowledge one very important detail. When working in retail. I know it rhymed, that's amazing, I'm a mad lyricist. In retail, in customer service, in every walk of life where there is a customer, they are never right. I know the term is, the customer is always right. But if you've worked in retail, that's not how this works. In retail, if you are, let's say, more sales oriented, your job is to make that customer part with all their money. So they are to you a mark. They may say they want something, but it is your job to exploit everything they want and make sure they get more than what they bargained for. Remember, they are never right. So with this in mind, I'm now going to play the clip, but as it's playing, I'm going to talk. As you can see, she is busy at work, this lady here, doing her job. The business is shut, all areas are blocked, therefore customers cannot get in. Yet someone, an apparent Karen, managed to get past the blockade, past the barriers, approach the kiosk and go, yo fam, give me my coffee fee. And when she is informed that she will not get her coffee fee, her fifis were hurt, and she lashes out, "We are never coming back, ever." Now, because of the manner of the delivery from the apparent Karen, one can fully understand why this lady working may want to run home, lock her bedroom door, hide under her bed, or divan inside perhaps, depending on what she sleeps on, so as to ensure that this particular Karen, apparent Karen, cannot get her hands on her. But this is where we now have some tough work to do, because we need to decide if this outburst is worthy enough of the name Karen. And the reason why this is tricky is obvious. Most Karens we've seen thrive when a camera is in front of them. In fact, they will make it their life's goal to be in front of that camera for as long as possible, making everyone else incredibly awkward, cringing us out with whatever bollocks comes out of their mouths. They will also be nuts, crazy. There is entitled, yes, and this one exhibits that. But she was barely there, which is really strange. So in short, Karens typically flourish once they are exposed to an SLR. or someone's phone. In current year, many customers that act incredibly entitled use a long-dead mantra of the customer is always right as a means to try and bully staff, by extension then their superiors, until that person bullying the staff is able to work their way high enough up the food chain to the point where whoever it is high enough up just says, give them what they want, I cannot be bothered with them anymore. Oh, and the person at the lowest rung is now fired, which is what a Karen would typically try and do. But that's not what happened here. In fact, the lady doing her job just went back to doing her job, which means this Karen essentially had a little voice in her head saying,
mission failed, we'll get them next time.
And while I have no doubt in my mind this lady said she'll never come back again, she will actually go back there for her Joe the next day. Do you know why? Because people like that are creatures of habit. Emotional outbursts happen, and they think, oh well, that's okay, I'll go back next day and we'll be fine. I think you should be banned, but that's just me. And I've already covered my views on what I think when it comes to the term the customer is always right. They are never right. They know nothing. They're remarkably stupid. And in this case, with this particular air quote customer, I think the only thing that could have made that video funnier would have been if the assistant, the barista, had simply shouted after her as she walked away, no, please come back. Your service means the world to us. We need you. For the sake of it, and you're going to love this, a little truth bomb, I guess. If the establishment is closed, they are not going to serve you because they want to go home. They do not want to serve you beyond their opening hours because they're not paid beyond the hours they are contractually obliged to be there. So when it shuts, they have a duty to clean and then naff off back home and evade the Karen like there is no tomorrow. Apparent Karen, of course. I couldn't personally care if you were the president of the company that sold the coffee. If the shop is closed, you're not getting served. I couldn't care if you were the president of a FTSE 500 company. I couldn't care less if you were president of a country itself. If the establishment is closed, the doors are shut, there are barricades obstructing your ability to get to the counter to order your coffee, yet you push in to try and get it anyway, you should be banned. So now we get to the important question. Is she, for the briefest of moments in the video, a Karen? The answer is maybe. Had she been exposed to, let's say, a 30-second window of insanity, she would definitely be a Karen. But as this is just a minor outburst, I tend to lead slightly more towards the no. Bit like the bread diddler, where it's more of a cultural thing and people don't seem to understand hygiene in a certain area of the world that we can't discuss. Cough, cough. Wet markets. Cough, cough. But I do want to know what you think when it comes to the word Karen maybe being misused again. It is easy views and this video did go viral, because Karens are very funny. Their outbursts are becoming legendary, but I will admit, as more time is passing, they are becoming watered down and weaker. We need to fix this. We need a real Karen in this. Hell, if I do enough of these videos, it will become a series where you decide if this is a Karen or not. I approve this message. Now, as we're done, I'd like to know what you think, as I already stated. So please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight for some fishing, have a fantastic day, and thank you all very much for listening.